All right, what do we got here? All right. Boston. Bill, I'm in Boston for the first time to see your show. I think the stereotypes are dead on and dead wrong. Lots of meatheads, absolutely. I am a proud meathead. I was joking with somebody who was talking about how Massachusetts the Boston area has some of the great universities in the country. You know, Harvard, MIT, and even like Boston University. And but barely anybody from Massachusetts goes there. We have a bunch of like free agent smart kids from around the world that come in there. And, as much as, we liked Goodwill Hunting, we all knew that there was really no smart kid that came from a broken home that could figure out a math problem that had like sentences and triangles in it. That's just next level fucking math or whatever. And no one ever said, do you like apples? Okay, other than that, it's a great fucking movie. Lots of meatheads, but they seem oddly smart and are always very helpful. I was trying to talk to someone stupid for the experience. Well, aren't you a fucking cocksucker? You just went up there and you were trying to talk to somebody dumb so you could just have an experience of talking to somebody dumb. I talked to a guy dropping lots of R's and other various letters for a few minutes, and he was really intelligent. But tell me, why is masshole a thing? Well, part of it is just a simple thing that if you travel, what you'll quickly realize is that, especially as a comedian, if you're having a bad set and you need a laugh and you don't have a local reference to identify with the people, just make fun of whatever state the state you're in borders and you'll get a laugh. Like if you're in Wisconsin, you make fun of Minnesota or Illinois, right? If you're in Iowa, you make fun of Illinois, or what's north of that, Minnesota. If you're in North Dakota, you make fun of South Dakota or Montana. If you're in Montana, you make fun of Idaho. You get the deal. That's all you do. Masshole comes from, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and New York. I think that's where it all comes from. Basically, Maine doesn't border Massachusetts, but you can drive through just the bottom corner of New Hampshire, and you're out of Massachusetts and into Maine within like fucking a half an hour. And I just think, I don't know, we go up to different states. Well, you know what? We go up to fucking Lake Winnipesaukee or Sugarloaf Mountain skiing or fucking, getting drunk on a boat, and we act like a bunch of fucking assholes, probably. I don't know. I grew up in Massachusetts, so I have no idea where that comes from. But I will tell you, there is a brilliance to the meatheads that are in Massachusetts. And I find my New York friends begrudgingly have to admit how funny the average person is that walks around Boston. They're just like, I can't explain it. I mean, and I don't even know if that's still like a thing, but it was when I was growing up, where there was so many fucking people that are 1,000 times funnier than I will ever be. And I'm not being humble. I'm being dead serious. Like they're way funnier than I'll ever be, but they don't even know that they're being funny. They're literally just living their lives. And I've always said, like, some people tell the story, that's me, and some people are the story. And the people that are the story are like, I don't know what their deal is. Like, the shit that they say and the stuff that they do, like, they're just sort of like fearless. Like, just the kind of people that would literally, I don't know, like the amount of fights I walked away from because it's like, I don't want to get the shit kicked out of me. And then also, I'm not fighting you here. I'm not fighting you. I'm not going to get into a fist fight in the men's clothing department at Jordan Marsh. I'm not doing that. But other people would. And it would never dawn on them how fucking hilarious it was to get into a fist fight at an anchor store at a mall, or at a sporting event, or in a fucking, a line waiting for like pizza or something like that, because they were just wired differently, and like, I went to a Patriots game one time, like a fucking preseason game, and two of my buddies went down to get a beer, and when they came back, one of my buddies was laughing his ass off, and my other buddy, the collar of his shirt, he had a T-shirt on, was completely ripped, and he had a bloody lip. And the other guy was laughing his ass off because he like started the fight, and the guy, whatever he said, this dude thought my other buddy said it and suckered my buddy, and then my buddy won the fight, and then they were going to get kicked out, and somebody else said, no, they didn't start it, the other guy started it, and the security guards just believed him. So they let you stay. There's no fucking, I think I just told this, I can't remember, my head's spinning. I might have told this story a few podcasts ago. But like, I mean, they let him go back to his seat with his shirt ripped and an actively bleeding lip. Like, they would never let you do. Like, everybody would be gone. There's a fucking judge in a fucking courthouse at half of these goddamn ballparks. It was just sort of like, I don't know what it was. It was just I don't know. It's just a very, I don't know what the word is. It was just fucking weird. There was just always fights, always something stupid going on, always somebody trying to steal something that was so ridiculously big and awkward, and that they would get caught, and then they had to go to court. People forever had fucking broken hands from getting into fights. And then they would just show up to work with a broken hand and a fucking black eye, drinking a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And you'd be like, dude, what happened? I got a fucking fight, standing outside a Leechmere. I was trying to put a lamp in the back of my mom's station wagon. I see this guy, he's fucking eyeballing me. I was like, buddy, if you're going to fucking stare at me, you could at least fucking help me out. Or why don't you just fucking take that look somewhere else? So next thing you know, we're rolling around on the fucking ground. Like, that was like, and they're telling the story, and like, they're not trying to be funny. They're just saying what the fuck happened. So, I don't know. And somewhere in that, I don't know. I think the masshole thing came about. I don't know. All right. Experts and eggs. Oh, this is a fucking cool email here. Actually, I read this one before the podcast here. Dear Bill, I'm with you on the experts' problems. I'm a lab scientist with 35 years of experience. I've worked with, not for, the FDA. I've consulted for drug companies and food companies in over a half dozen different concentrations. I'm what you would call an expert, but most of the people in my field should really be called know-it-alls. A lot of these experts often change sides, and their recommendations routinely follow the interests of who's writing the check. I got to be honest with you, I don't know how the fuck people live their lives like that. That you would literally change your opinion on something because you now work for somebody like... people are giving this food to their kids. How could you knowingly say something wrong or not even give a fuck about what you were saying? The almighty dollar. Science requires questions. Real science welcomes questions, answers them gladly, and says, we don't know when something is unknown. Yeah, that's why science is way more interesting to me than religion. Like, what do they always say in religion? Like, that's not for us to know, but for him to say, and you'll find out when you die. Can we have some more money, please? How refreshing would it be in, like, religion? Hey, Father, what happens when you croak? You know what? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea if you go to a happy place, if you're just dead, if you get punished for being bad. I have no fucking idea. I don't get any of that shit. I don't get anything about religion. I don't get the whole fact that, like, what if you are a good person and then something so fucking horrible happens to you as a kid, you end up being fucked up, and then you just live a fucked up life. And then what, you go to hell for the rest of your life? because of something that happened to you when you were a kid. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's just like, why do bad things happen to children?